Hi guys, this is Mr. Holmes here, getting ready to discuss with you guys congruent figures. All right, in this video that I'm getting ready to talk to you guys about what is a congruent figure, how we identify congruent figures as far as the sides and angles. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be using a right triangle to show my example. All right, so first let's start talking about a congruent figure. All right, when we say congruent, what I want you guys to understand that when anything that is congruent, it has to be the same shape. I'm going to put the and symbol, same size. It has to be the exact same shape, the exact same size. All right, in order for a figure to be considered congruent. Now remember, the whole purpose of this video is to understand congruent figures. First, you must understand the definition. All right, a congruent figure is a figure that's the same shape and the same size. All right, now, because I'm going to be talking about triangles, what I'm going to do for you guys here is I'm going to go ahead and quickly draw two right triangles, and then we're going to talk about naming those triangles. All right, because the name is very important. So what I want you to do, of course, is the same that I'm doing. All right, draw yourself two triangles. And I'm going to stand them both upright so you can see it. I'm not going to rotate one in any sense. All right. I want it to be very obvious what I'm doing here. I'm going to name one of my triangles, triangle A, B, C. I'm going to name the other triangle, triangle X, Y, Z. All right, I put a little dash mark here in my Z's, but it'll be okay. I'm going to prove that these two triangles are congruent. All right, the symbol for the congruent is like an equal sign, but it has a little squiggly line at the top. That little squiggly line along with the equal symbol means congruent. This is the symbol for the word congruent. Now, there are two ways. When you name a triangle, here this triangle name is going to be triangle ABC. All right, so here when we get ready to name a triangle, you have to put the triangle symbol. So you draw a little small triangle, and then I'm going to name the triangle, triangle A, B, C. And I want to say that this triangle is indeed congruent to triangle. That's, again, the little small triangle tells us that we're getting ready to talk about a triangle using three letters. Triangle X, Y, Z. Now, why is this important? First, I want to start off talking about corresponding angles. When we say corresponding, what we mean is they are in the exact same position. Angle A is in the same position as angle X, angle B is in the same position as angle Y, and angle C is in the same position as angle Z. All right? Again, I'm talking about corresponding, not congruent. Corresponding, they're in the same position. All right? But when we say congruent, not only are they corresponding, not only will these angles be corresponding, but they will also be the same measurement. Now, understand, and when we talk about angles, we use an arc. An arc tells us that the angles are congruent if they have the same amount of arcs. This angle have one arc. Angle A is going to have two arcs. Angle X will have two arcs. What I want to bring to your attention is because angle X and Z have a different amount of arcs, then these two angles are not congruent. All right. Only the angles with the same amount of arcs, like angle X and angle A, are congruent because they both have 2 arcs. Angle Y will have 3 arcs. Angle B will also have 3 arcs. What I'm trying to indicate to you is angle A is congruent to angle X, angle B is congruent to angle Y, and angle C is congruent to angle Z. Now, we can identify that by the name. Look at this. Notice the first letter of each one of them is A and X. Therefore, angle A must be corresponding and congruent to angle X. Angle B and angle Y are both in the middle, so both angle B and angle Y must be congruent, meaning they are exact same degree measurement. Angle C and angle Z are the last letter in both their names. Therefore, these two must be congruent. All right? Again, we're talking about congruent figures. Now, when you're naming a triangle, it's very important. I cannot say triangle A, B, C, and triangle Z, Y, X, or any other order of these 3 without putting X, Y, Z in this order, because the angles have to match up. If the angles don't match up, then it's wrong. All right? Now, to show us how the angles, to show that the angles are congruent, I'm going to say angle. I'm going to put 3 different angle symbols here. An angle symbol is like a slanted letter L. All right? The slanted letter L is our angle symbol. So what I'm going to say here is angle A is congruent to angle X. Angle B is congruent to angle Y. And angle C is congruent to angle Z. This is how you will show that the angles are congruent. As far as the sides, here, I would say side AB, which is the side here. It goes from the second, with the 2 marks to the 3 marks, the 2 arcs to 3 arcs. You see this, side AB? So I'm going to have to say, literally, I'm going to have to say line segment AB is congruent to this line segment. Remember, each side of a triangle is a line segment. So you must put the bar, line segment X, Y, or Y, X. What I wanted to bring to your attention here is notice I put it differently, right? The angle A does not correspond to angle Y, and angle B does not correspond to angle X. However, remember, you should have been taught that it does not matter how you name a side. Yes, I could have put side XY, but I wanted to show you that this side, when you're talking about the side, the order of the letters does not matter. All right? So here, side BC here. So I'm going to put line segment BC is congruent to line segment YZ. Keeping the Y's first. And then here, side AC, side line segment AC, line segment AC is congruent to line segment XZ, but I'm going to put ZX. Does it matter that I did not put the X before the Z when I'm talking about the sides? The answer is no. It does not matter if I put the X before the Z. Not here, it doesn't. In the name, it does, but not when you're naming the sides. All right? So this is how we're showing that the angles are congruent. This is how you show that the sides are congruent. In this video, again, guys, I hope you all understood how to name each side and each angle in a congruent figure. This has been Mr. Holmes explaining congruent figures. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you know Mr. Holmes, you know what I'm about to say. I hope you enjoyed this video. Have a blessed day.